Hello everyone, welcome back to Campicola's workshop. Today I thought I'd show you my eBay haul that I've got over the last few months with regards to tools for the lathe. I thought I'd quickly just show you what I've bought new from retailers with regards to tools. Not all of them, but most of them qualify here. And also some packing strips I thought I'd tell you about that I got recently off eBay, and these obviously have enabled me to deal with different sizes other than these I got from my eBay haul, so I'm quite confident with all of these different packing strips that I can adapt to most of the tools that I've bought off eBay, because they are various sizes. So this was £12 UK, and I'll put the link if you want to get a pack of these packing strips. I'll put the link in the description for you, as I will for these tools as well. Look at my eBay finds. I have been through a couple of them and roughly sorted them out, but I haven't been right down to the bottom of the toolboxes that I've put them in, so we'll have a quick look for the first time for me as well to see what exactly I've got and what they're like, these interesting eBay finds. And here we are with the eBay haul. So I'll just explain a bit about pricing of all of these, what I've actually got. It will, as I say, be a surprise, certainly from these two, because I've not really been into these to see what I've got. Now I just wanted to talk about pricing, and I think if you include the inserts tools that I bought, these and these, we're looking about £125, something like that, and that's what we're looking at here, £125. There was 3 lots I bought. 20, 25, I think, 75, roughly around that. So yeah, about the same price. There you go. So some people might be thinking, well, why has he bought all of these? Well, the reason he's bought them is, first of all, I'm really interested to see what pre-prepared tools are available, and I suspect these have come from 3 different model engineers who've for some reason are not using their tools anymore, and they ended up on eBay. But these are definitely craftsmen who've made all of these tools. A lot of them are really interesting. So what I'm going to be able to do with these, and my initial sort out, what I found was that I'll have to do this in millimeters, at just, well, 19.5 I think millimeters that is for that tool. Let me just make sure, yes, that's the right way up. So that's just a bit too big for the Chinese mini lathe. So there's 4 of these I can't use, which I don't think is too bad out of this lot. So there's 4 I can't use. There's 5 here. Now these are 16mm thick, just over. Sorry, no, just 16mm. Those are. So they did fit in the mini lathe, but unfortunately the points for, I think, each one apart from one, the point accuracy on the lathe was about 1 millimetre out on these. So if I want to use them, I'll have to regrind them, but still, they're still usable. Maybe not this one, it's a bit short, and I don't think I've got anything to hold that one in, so maybe we'll put that one in the scrap bucket as well, or the out tray. But these 4, yes, that leaves us basically with all of these, which I can accommodate with my packing strip in the Chinese lathe, because although they're various thicknesses, they're all, as I say, I'm able to accommodate these okay. So what we'll do is just quickly have a look at some of these individual pieces close up when I sort them out, and we'll see exactly what I've got here, and hopefully you and I will find that interesting. So we'll go over to the magnifying glass now and have a look and see what we find. Okay, well, welcome back to the magnifying glass setup that I've got, my lit magnifying glass. I thought I'd just go through the 4 tools that I can't use as they are presently because the bit on my lathe is just a millimetre too high on these 4 tools. However, I will regrind them, and I might even, if I like the look of one of these shapes here, I will regrind them down 1 millimetre. So all very useful. I've noticed, actually, first thing I noticed, that a lot of these tool bits are actually British. So this one's something May, maybe Cleveland, that one. This one is WMOLEY & Co, I think. Anyway, that sounds British. Nice bit of Cobalt here, and that again British, Cleveland. So far not even any Chinese bits. So this one's high-speed steel, definitely be able to use that, and with that packing, if I wish to have such a tool, I'll definitely get that. There seems to be a little bit of an edge down on that one. You can see how finely machined that is. So if I ever wanted to produce anything like that, there's the tool. This one, same, HSS, maybe Cobalt 10, which is great. This will just about fit in my 2 bolts, I think, on the tool post, but it's getting a little bit shorter. But yes, again, a very interesting bit on there, as you can see. It kind of hooks around there. Amazing grinding techniques and tool making techniques. This one, kind of an offset edge there. This one, yeah, more of a pairing off tool, I think, actually here. This one, not sure of the origins of this, but looks well used. Something else on the something a little bit less pairing on the other side there, which may be useful. Quite a blunt one on this here, as you can see. Just a standard facing off kind of tool there. What's this made from? This is made from whatever that is. I can't quite see that. Looks okay. And on the other side, yeah, another interesting cutting tool, offset and sharpened to here. This one, another blunt, quite a blunt tool again, facing off. This one's a 1/2 inch, sorry, I'm having to read this, Momax, 1/2 inch Momax, Cleveland GB. So, sounds good quality, doesn't it? We've got a funny tool here. So, not quite sure how that's cutting. But very interesting piece of, I'm assuming, tungsten or something. Carbide has been put in there. I'm not quite sure how to use this tool. So if anybody knows, let me know. But that's been, I think, brazed into there. Oh yeah, so maybe like that. Not quite sure. Anyway, that's definitely homemade and been brazed, so that's quite an interesting one. And another funny here. Sorry, I keep hitting the magnifying glass. Another funny, which is this one. So, yeah, Not quite sure what I'd use this for either, so if anybody knows, some kind of facing off. And on the other end is this. So this is another homemade tool that's come in with this haul, but it looks very interesting. So we'll just go through some shorter tools I've got here. Another Cobalt one, by the looks of it, England by the looks of it. So we've got an interesting tip on here. Again, yeah, there's kind of a chamfer on there, on that end. So interesting. And again, very much a specific cutting edge has been achieved there on this one for something. Here's another funny. So what have we got? We've got a machining tip on the end of here that's been very specifically machined, obviously, to get into something, because we've got quite a lot of reach here before the tool. And on the other end of this one we've got again a kind of paring tool, yeah, that's been made up out of this. I don't know what this is, what kind of steel that is. The number's gone off that. Again, a very specialist tool here with this pattern, which is quite interesting. Not quite sure. Oh yeah, so you've got a ridge coming out of there as well. Again, for paring, very specific shape down there. Yeah, I mean there is a bit of a nodule in there, so obviously whatever this was cutting, there's a bit of a nodule being achieved there. Amazing. More funnies. This one, just some kind of standard cutting tool as far as I can tell. Super capital HHS butt welded. There you go. That's from Cleveland. So maybe this person lived up north that these came from. I've got no idea. So when would a person be parted from their tools like this? Well, either very old or dead, unfortunately. We've got something Allen here, again Sheffield, England, major super weld. An interesting tip, I'll definitely use that one on here. Again, I should be able to fit that in definitely on 2 bolts in the tool post. Something unmarked this time, very fine cutting piece there. You can see there's also a chamfer here, so very fine paring off, and obviously this required to be cut in as well. So interesting. I think this is the right way up on this one, so that you can see there's a kind of it's quite broken on this tool, but I assume that's what they wanted to achieve. Anyway, definitely reusable. All of these are reusable, or I'll keep them as they are. Not, again, sort of a pairing up. Well, no, yeah, you've got that. So cutting in a kind of yeah, I don't really know what to make of that. So I think it's, no, that's just dirt there. So yeah, this is the operational part here. And that's quite an interesting pattern they wanted to make with that. Nothing on here that I can see in terms of who this is made by. It looks very old. This one's a bit short actually. Now I'll see if I can get a tool holder. So if anybody can point me in the way of a tool holder where I can get these smaller bits in, I'd be grateful. So yeah, oh, we've got some maybe some tungsten or something on there. You can see there, that's obviously a very specialist bit, but I'll need that in the tool holder. I think that's too small to fit in the tool post. Yeah, again, just a general cutting tool, quite fine at the end. And on this side, yeah, really unusual shapes here. I'm assuming that's the right end. Yeah, so you've got a kind of a cutting end here. Interesting. Anyway, I don't think I'll use that. Not sure if this will fit, so we'll come back to that one. We'll put it in the out pile. Yeah, so another generally interesting piece there. Obviously shaped to cut here. That's offset, and that was obviously very important. Again, this one the same. Here I think, I'm assuming here. Again, reusable. This one, yeah, same as mine, with an insert in there. Don't know what that's saying. Could be Wilmot, I don't know. It's just a bit too much rust on there. WI something T maybe. Anyway, that'd be useful. I like these. Yeah. Yeah. Unlikely I could use this, but maybe in a tool holder. I don't know. Yeah, so clips, specially shaped down. This has definitely been used a lot into a circular shape there. Quite an interesting tapering shape going on there. And yep, standard. Well, what a standard point for what I would call this set. This is a bit small as well, so I don't think I'm going to be able to use that, but interesting. Again, similar, interesting cutting point there. And this one, so I'll use that one definitely. This one's a bit small. This one maybe, that's got a very something. Glide speed 18%. Oh well, I can probably Google that, so that's the point there. And that one, not quite sure. Looks, yeah, that obviously. Okay, so we'll just carry on. We've got a funny here, but a Cobalt funny. So, yep, I'll be using that. That should hopefully fit in two. Into two of the bolts. You can see here there's a nice tip, Cobalt tip, and another very interestingly shaped tip here. So that's obviously the cutting edge here. Don't know what that is. No markings or anything. Something interesting going on up here, but I can't quite make out what that is. There we go. Sorry, there is some markings, but I don't know what that is. If anybody knows, let me know. I'll just make sure you can see that. Hopefully that's right way up now for you. Anyway, no idea what that's for. A smaller one here. Oh, so who knows? Anyway, cutting tip here, obviously. Very intricate, and another interesting tip on this side. This is Presto, maybe Cobalt. Somebody likes their Cobalt. I like Cobalt. That's making my haul better. We've got an Eclipse H5 here. That's definitely usable. Wow, look at that. That's a very thin cutter there. Looks very much intact. Obviously been used, but yeah, wow. This side, yeah, I think I've done that one. A couple of short ones here. Not sure if I can use them unless I get a tool holder, but as you can see, interesting shape. I'm starting to have to move along the desk a bit now. What about this one? So don't know what the steel is, but it looks good quality. Interesting tool piece here. That's obviously for a very specific purpose. Again, a kind of rounded piece there. I might well use that. Still going, still going. I'll pick out bigger pieces, I think. Yep, another specialist, or funny as I would call it, here. Don't know what the steel this is, but again, looks good quality. We've got another cutting, very specific, fine cutting piece there. Look at that, amazing. Yep, another piece, rounded here, and very sharp there. I hope this, whoever owned this is still with us, because obviously it's a great engineering skill they had. Eclipse H5, a funny, yep, very specific there for getting into something with something in the way here, I would assume. And yeah, a very fine cutting edge again here. This one similar, another rounded cut tool there. This one's a super capital, I think that says. Okay, that'll fit in the tool post. Yeah, a very another kind of pairing off blade there. Look at that. That's, yeah. So that had to be very square. Interesting. So I'm just carrying on just with the bigger ones. Yep, another funny. I'm assuming we're here, just here as the cutting section, and on the other side, yep, kind of a squared off tool there. This one, again, interesting. Look at that. And this one, much more of a rounding off tool, but a much chunkier one than we've seen previously. Funnies made out of something. Yeah, quite a nice piece of tooling there. You can see there's a chamfer in there, or a cut for something going back down onto this tool. Not quite sure, but again, a very interesting blade down here. Very useful, definitely recyclable. I've got some shorter ones here, so these are too short to use really, so I'll definitely need a tool holder for them. This one I think is okay. Yep, there with the cutting, I think is, where is the cutting edge? Well, I think it's there. This one definitely, you can see there's been a cut there, and a cut all the way inside here, and a cut to form this circular or slightly convex point here. That's a real work of art in my humble opinion. So I'm just going through the box still, a lot of shorter ones now, which I don't think I can use, like I say, without tool holder. I don't have yet. That one I can probably use. Super capital again. These. So yeah, you get the idea. I've got lots of shorter ones here that I will have to get that tool holder for. Let's see how we go with that. So the tool holder, just see, most of these are you have to bear with me, I can't see very well. So that 12.5mm, those are. Yeah, 12.5 roughly. So I'll need a tool holder that will fit that. I think most of them are small, as I say, most of the small ones are that size, so yeah, I'll be needing a tool holder for those, definitely. Not sure if I've been through this one. This is quite a, oh yes, that's quite an interesting one, look. Got a interesting cutting point there. Just a bit of dirt on these. They've just been scooped out of somewhere. Again, a rounding off cutting point. This one, oh yes, we've got a name on this one. So Carboli, I can't say it very well, with a number. So that sounds interesting. I'll see if I can Google that, see exactly what that is. Sounds like an exotic steel. So yeah, just a funny here. Don't know what steel that is. Just a little, yeah. So we've got SS Cobalt again. I think that's just about usable, I think, in the tool post. We've got, I think, something from Sweden. Just again, just about usable. Interesting point on that. Oh yeah, look at that. Interesting point on that down there as well. Yeah, Sweden, some press to Sweden maybe. On the flip side we've got that. So yeah, coming towards the end of this box. Yeah, interesting point, just about usable, I think. This one, and I'll just show you some weird stuff in here. I mean, that's what you get with these eBay finds, you get some weird stuff. But yeah, that specifically obviously went somewhere. I'll show you around. What I'll do is I'll just get the box actually and show you around the rest of the box. So we've still got all of these in here, which I'm not going to go through, but still a few usable ones. As you can see, there's quite a lot of cutting tools in here that have been repurposed, I think, for something else. That looks like it's been repurposed to me. So yeah, we've got a lot of thread cutting tools in here, I think, that have been repurposed into other things. So, and we've got some tiny little ones down the bottom here, which definitely need a tool post for. Yeah, still coming up with some usable ones. Look, yeah. So that's what we've got in there. That's the dregs, so to put it, in there. So I'll just put in what I've got left. And we'll have a look through the second part of this £75 haul. So as you can see, still got a nice lot of tools in here. So I'll do the same very quickly. I'll just get out the bigger ones and the usable ones. We'll have a look at them. Don't know what steel that is. Nice point on there. And here, I'll probably use that as is. We've got some MHC HSS high-speed steel there with a nice point, and that's usable. That'll be usable in the tool holder without any problem. Same with this one, that'll be usable. Not such a frequently used tool, I don't think. Oh no, maybe that's been recently ground. On the other side, something again, sort of a parting tool. Very narrow, that's similar to a lot of them I've seen. Right, smaller stuff I won't bother with. Larger stuff, we've got this. Yeah, another insert tool, which I like. I can almost read the name on that this time. I forgot what the first letter was now. Anyway, is it WeMet XL3? So whatever that is, looks good. So we're just having a look at the joint £45 box. So these are the best ones that I got out of the toolbox. There's a few missing out of here, but you get the idea. There's quite a lot there, so we'll just quickly have a look at some of these. Again, model engineering clearly, and very carefully machined for a specific purpose that's usable. As are these. We've got a machined one here, which is, oh, lovely. I can see that, even upside down. J&S Super Cobalt. Well, and that's very usable with a nice tip on there. And a kind of pairing tool there. Pairing cutting tool, I would call that. It may not be the right way to call it, but there's a very rusty one there. Don't know what that is. But again, a good blank. Good blank here. I think something's happened there, but still a good blank. You can still use that. High speed steel, I'm assuming. Interesting tool here. That's the cutting point there, I would say. And again, yes, there, very specific shape on this one again. Same kind of model engineer. I'm assuming this came from. Specific skills, so that's definitely usable. Tundo, is that right? Tundo PG. Anyway, nice tool. Yep, that's very usable. I'll use that. And this, I think so. Yep, very usable. Nice long blank here. High speed steel, I'm assuming. Again, a smaller blank here on this one, but very usable. High speed steel, I would assume. Again, this one's probably just about within tolerance. May need a tool holder, but again, interesting shapes there. Just about usable, I think, as I say. As is this one. Interesting shape. That's very usable. I'll use that, and probably this one as well. Interesting. Don't think I'll use that. Yeah, that's a bit short. This one's a bit short, so I will discount that one. I'll just go for the ones I think I'll use. That one. So yes, as I said, these tools are the much smaller type of tools have come out of this combined £45 collection. Again, so I've got 3 different tool makers tools here, I think, as far as I can tell. So yes, you can see interesting points there and here, but quite usable. Let's have a look at this. Oh, Cobalt again. Momax Cobalt. Excellent. Sorry about the background noise. There we go. Not sure don't think they're usable, but I'll keep them anyway. So we're still going through the old best of £45 here, as you can see. Let's have a look. Still loads of stuff usable there. That will probably get onto 2 bolts on the tool holder. Interesting stuff down here. More of those little repurposed tools, I think. So those will be useful. A blank, and yeah, some very specific tools there, but all very useful and all, as we've seen, very carefully crafted and shaped into what I can actually use some of those. So in fact, what I've bought here is stuff where my job's already been done in a very good way that I probably couldn't do it in the first place. So yeah, looks like another Cobalt down there. Ooh, look at that. a Cobalt blank, very small one, thin one, but yes, definitely an 806 Cobalt blank there. Excellent. And yeah, just more of the same, I guess, but look at that, amazing, great haul. So that's what I would call usable ones out of the two hauls together. And this is the smaller parts of that haul now. Yeah, so lots of stuff in there. What's left in the £75. Loads of stuff still left in the £45 combined haul there, as you can see. Let's have a look at what we actually got in that £45 haul. Lots of blanks, loads of stuff in that one, as you can see. Lots of interesting, including Cobalt bits in there. And this is what's left of the £45 haul that I think currently will not fit in my tool holder because they're too short. So as you can see, there's quite a lot in there now. Again, that's why I need a tool holder to see if I can use some of these. There's that one I'll probably be able to use, actually, that's sneaked in. But as you can see, yeah, still loads of stuff there that may be possible to reuse. So again, lots of little bits down the bottom of there. But yeah, like I say, if I get a tool holder, I can definitely use these. So that's it. That's the tool haul. So hundreds for £125 on eBay, and very much worthwhile doing, I think, just bidding on these, and obviously just loads of stuff that's perfectly usable. So I've got a tool for every conceivable occasion whilst I'm using the lathe. So what would I recommend about bidding? Well, just have a look. Some hauls are just quite a lot of money for not very much, and my experience with the £75 haul was that the more you go up, the more you get. So people just didn't want to pay £75 for all of that, but I did, and you can see what I've got on that one. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll do some more in the future. Thanks very much. Bye for now.